record on this computer. Does it show that I'm recording, people?
Yeah.
Good. Welcome to Malta Poet Society online open mic, episode 6, Saturday, 15th May. Paolo, the host, please take it away.
Okay. Well, I'd like to welcome you. Sorry about the problems with the connections, but you know what it's like. So it's just all part of the game. Yeah. So we've got a few contributors today, and somebody else couldn't make it. So anyway, it's us. We had an unfortunate unfortunate event. Mike plugged out there. It's all right. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. Just you're fine.
I can't see myself.
Yeah, because of those are in the way. I'm sorry.
All right.
Can't avoid that. Except if I put them like this.
All right, that's better. Thanks. We had a lady on last week, and she'd been on before. Last month, sorry, and she's been on before. Her name is Elisabeth Smelien, and she's from Norway. And she had a heart attack actually a few days after the last show here. I think it was a Tuesday. We had the last Malta Poet Society. It was on the Saturday, and she died and was buried last week. So I'm just going to we can take a minute out just to kind of remember her. I think that would be a nice contribution. She was a happy-go-lucky kind of girl, and she wouldn't like anything particularly solemn. I don't think. Not for her. No. She's very. I didn't meet her many times, but when I did, I thought she was a nice person and very open. And in some ways, that was I wouldn't say a failing, but a weakness, her openness, and that's a bit of a shame because you become a victim of a good heart. So anyway, we can just take a minute out, meditate. Her name is Elisabeth Smelien, and just focus on her for a minute. Okay. Thank you.
Elisabeth may complete, you say.
Okay, come back now. Thanks very much for that, and I'm sure she'll pick that up, and the goodwill that you no doubt sent out to her. So I think we'll start today with Uncle Norman here, because he's always wanting to got things up his sleeve and things he likes to do, and he's a bit of a loose cannon. I have to kind of I would say tolerate him actually at times. Sometimes I really love him, other times tolerate him. Anyway, he's gonna do a little bit of music, I think, to start with. Yeah.
Music.
Yeah. Are you? Or what?
Yeah, we can follow with that. Yeah, because we just came from Elisabeth.
Yes, exactly.
And I actually felt inspired to play something. In the meantime, until I'm speaking, I'm gonna change the camera angle and prepare myself for it. So computer goes there, and I move my stuff out. So I've chosen a piece of music which I'm going to improvise on.
Okay.
It's from the jazz world and it's called Little Sunflower. So for those of you who know Freddie Hubbard, he used to play trumpet on this.
What's that thing?
Yeah.
Flip off.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the piano in sight so that people can enjoy actually that part. And yeah, here we are. So here is Little Sunflower, especially dedicated to Elisabeth Smelien. Okay,
Can we
that
clap?
was music if you want.
we clap? Can I hear you?
If you want, we can clap. Thank you. We'll go back to this arrangement and back here.
Okay.
And now we can continue at the table.
I think.
Mela, good.
Okay.
Here we are. Oops, Mela. We need headroom. Good.
What do you think? The Claire's gone.
Claire and Claire are there. It's
Both-
just
both.
one is visible, one is just a name.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right, that's fine. How about Claire Wiggins? Would you like to
Yeah,
share, please? Thank you.
okay. Well, I didn't know what I was going to do. I've got a couple. How much can I do?
Well, I just kind of say about 7 minutes max. So,
Okay, because I've got a very short story,
well,
but
it
I
doesn't
wanted
matter,
to.
around about 7 minutes. If it's 8 minutes.
Okay, but I'd just like to read this for Elizabeth, if I may.
Sorry.
I'd just like to read this for Elizabeth quickly.
Fine. Yes,
Okay,
separately. Separate.
yeah.
Yes.
It's
Continue,
called When You Die, and I channeled it many years ago now, and it's in a book which is nearly finished. You know the way it is, and it says, "When you die, a great peace comes upon you. All pain and sorrow leave. Your self is transported to heights on a wind of ecstasy, to the plains of beauty and love. There your loved ones from this and other lifetimes are waiting for you. Your transition has already been prepared. Love from those spirit friends who have shared your life with you and who now share your transitional state helps you to adjust. Equally, love from those left behind on the earth plane helps transition, and moreover, on and on, it helps the soul's further progression, for all is love. This transition is still a part of the soul growth process. If only you realized the power of love for those in transition, the sense of loss would diminish. If you could feel but a fraction of the joy the soul feels on transition, you would surely rejoice at your loved one's passing."
Thank you very much.
So that's that. Now, this is it's called A Train Journey, wherever it is. Let's see. It's I don't know quite how long it is. It's not. It's only a little short thing,
Fine.
really.
Just go ahead. Go ahead
Okay.
at your own
Let's
pace.
find it. God, you know the way it is. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so I was on the train, obviously from the title, and I was sitting opposite this woman and a bloke who had met up. So this is my take on what happened between them. So through the carriage window, snippets of Samsung conversation were given form. A distorted other dimensional shadow world played out in her periphery. Her own world, distorted by the morning's events, seemed almost less real than those of the shadow characters who were sat on the train around her. Holding her breath in and letting it out slowly seemed to calm her beating heart, and some perspective began to emerge. Yesterday, a lifetime's comfortable future beckoned. Just her and Robbie, kids all gone, mortgage nearly paid, peace and quiet almost there, tangible, only a breath away. Then, bang! Midnight phone call, crying sister, ma'am, husband collapsed, hospital, life support, doctors. Only you've got room. You'll have to have her at yours. In the space of 24 hours, kids finally left home. Here she was, bringing mother home to stay, her world turned upside down. All the time she needed to catch up with Robbie, all the things they needed to do that they'd never had time for, almost a distant memory. She caught sight of herself merging with the shadow world in the carriage window, distorted as the early morning September mists and suburbia rushed by as a backdrop. Her hair was a mess, greasy, dyed burgundy for fun, but it stuck out in a clump. She's not washed it since Tuesday. She liked it long. Robbie used to hold it to his skin and loved it. Now he didn't even notice. Her huge eyes gazed back at her, and she recognized the hollow regret as it flickered through them. She noticed just how old she looked. How old did she look to Robbie? Did he even notice her? 2 hours left on her journey, and the next station stop announced. The shadow world was changing, seats emptying then filling up as the new characters emerged, each with their own story. So many people. As the train pulled away, someone fell against her. She caught the smell of cheap body spray and just smoked cigarette. His coat covered her face. For a moment she was lost. She steadied him and pushed him away. He was light, thin, years younger than her. He staggered as she pushed. She noticed that he kept one hand in his pocket. Only as he reached out and grabbed with his other hand to steady himself did she realize he only had one arm. He flopped down into the seat facing her in broad Manchester, made light of it. Sorry, love. He'd had a drink, but he was all right. He could handle it. A few cans of Stella, great. It was a train journey. It was allowed. Anyway, no one to have a go at him, no one to stop him. He was going down to see his girl. Bit of a long distance missus, but they managed. Sorry, I've just got to turn that off. Bit of a long distance missus, but they managed. She was worth it. He never thought he'd say that, but she was the one, his one and only one. She didn't like the drink, but she could like it or lump it. He was his own person. The fire welled up in him as he thought of it. No one tells me what to do. No one. Lost it, he said to the woman he'd fallen on. She liked his accent. She remembered. Clubs in Manchester 20 years ago. The crazy nights, going into crazy days, the pills, the speed, meeting people from all over, but it was that Manchester accent. She loved it. Her eyes scanned him quickly. Yes, he would have definitely been there back then. Cropped hair, thin, slim, big eyes. Yes, you could see him in the crowd, giving it loads. She tried to let go of the image, felt a strange attraction touch her deep inside. She imagined him dancing with his shirt off, sweating. Control yourself, for God's sake, she thought. You've got enough on your mind without thinking shit like that. Accident, he said. And she came back to the carriage, her eyes adjusting to reality. He was laughing. Bet you thought I'd done it on purpose. She wasn't sure where all this was going, and she said, "You're all right, no harm done." They lapsed into silence, but somewhere in the void between them, the energy of that contact lingered. He settled himself down, stretched out his legs. He took her in. She must be 10 years older than him. Didn't look like she was on much of a mission, more like she was going down the shops. She had lovely eyes, though, a bit baggy and a bit sad-looking, but she'd probably had a hard life. Not like his girl, all spray-tan and shellac nails. Dolly bird. Cost him a bob or two, and not a drinker. Liked coke a bit too much. Good job he was into Stella, eh? What's your name, love? Sharon, she said, surprised. He'd asked. What's yours? Roy. Want a drink? Here's the trolley. It pulled up, closing them in together. Private. He looked at her, smiling, winking at her. Go on, he said. Spoil yourself. You're on a train journey. Got to have a bevy and let go. It's allowed. Don't know what to have, she said. Here, have one of those. He pointed to a miniature green bottle and paid for it with the Stella. He took the miniature and gave it to her. Just swig it out the bottle. She took a swig and coughed, screaming with laughter. Fuck, it's like medicine. I can't drink that. The conversation flowed, picking up, went forward like the train, fired up, touching on aspects of their lives, like stations along the way. You've made my day, you have, he said. I'll never forget this. Not as long as I live. I'm getting off soon. Here, he said, have my email. She got a pen from the guard as he served the shadow world, and she wrote on the paper serviette. Together they fumbled with Facebook and promised friendship everlasting. She felt the rush of the spirit in its unfamiliar medicinal heat and called him Medicine Man as she typed his name into her contact list. Your husband'd kill you if he knew what you were up to, he said to her. When he smells your breath, that'll all be gone tomorrow. I'm not home tonight. She looked at him. I don't give a fuck, he said. No one tells me what to do. She's my world, but she can fuck off if she tells me what to do. He crushes his empty Stella can and lets it drop on the carriage floor, a feeling of finality, a full stop. There's an edge to the energy that holds them together. Want another one? I've got no money. I've got a couple of quid. I'm just going for a piss. Don't go away. The trolley rattled at the top of the carriage and he stood swaying. He balanced really well, she thought, with one arm. He came back quickly and said, Go on, have another one. I'm going to medicate you. Here's your prescription. He pushed the small green bottle into her hand. The laughter rattled like the train on the rails and his phone rang. Yes, love, I can't wait to see you. He looked at her big eyes, her sad mouth. I really want you. He looked right at her, and she felt herself go hot and looked away, seeing the sweat running down his body over his hard belly as he danced, her mind racing away. A different world, September mists holding them in limbo. I wish I'd met you 20 years ago, she heard him say. She looked up. No signal, she's gone. You and me, he said. We'd have had a right laugh. Don't forget, call me. Don't tell your husband. I'd have been married 20 years ago, she said. I didn't mean it like that, but you're lovely. Give us a kiss. I'm getting off in a mo. Don't forget and don't tell your hubby. I'm so happy. This has been the best day of my life. You're a lovely woman. He stood up, and she stood too. The train slowed down and their cheeks touched. He swung himself over to the doors and they opened and closed and he was off the train. She gazed out as the train pulled away, searching. No sign of the medicine man.
Way.
Wow.
Great. Very good. Really nice.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thanks.
I think the expletives sort of suited the
Sorry. Oh,
yeah.
in the written word, it's got
no,
dots.
no, don't be sorry. No, it's all right. It's only bothersome if there were younger folk around. So it's okay. It's fine.
All right.
No, for me, it's always when I've run this stuff, I've been running for years. Before it used to be in cafes and things. People can do what they want, within reason. Within reason, depends on what. Yours was within reason, so it's okay.
The first time I did an open mic was in the pub in Llanberis, and so the next week when I went back, I said to the manager, "Can I do my poetry again?" He said, "Well, yeah." He said, "But don't swear." I said, "But I'll be the only person in the whole pub not swearing then."
Yes, exactly. That's right. Oh, Llanberis, yes, I've been there, stayed there, weekends and stuff. Nice place. It's kind of very Welsh.
Yeah, well, it's actually very cosmopolitan, Llanberis, compared to a lot of other villages, because it's always had climbers from all over the world there.
Yes, so you're right. Actually, you're right. It's international. You're right, actually.
Yeah, so my mum bought a cottage for £300.
Wow.
In 1968.
Wow. Those were the days. Okay, we'll move on now.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much. I'm gonna do a few poems now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. So what I'd like is to get in. Can we move the thing because it's split? You can turn the camera.
That's what I can do.
Okay, can't move the.
What, like this?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better because I think it's distracting having two people in. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Well, we've got a few poems here. These are more recent ones, and yeah. Okay. This one is a lot of my stuff is pertains to my own spiritual journey and realizations. Not all of it, but a lot of it is actually. And this is one of them. I kind of put this up recently. Some of you may have seen it. Just called "Where Is It?" It's only short, like most of my poems. So anyway, here we go. Where is it? Where is it? Where can I find it? Oh, already here it. Just open myself to it. Open to the light. Do it. Life goes nowhere. Why are you there? You cannot hide there. What will you find there? Endless space to it. Seems like I already know it. Now just melt into it. Okay, this one I read before, but it's a good one. This was when I think it was a time of the lockdown, and it was the first time I went out after the lockdown, and I was just looking at, I don't know, the weather and the people, and it was a kind of collection of impressions I was getting from my environment, and it was kind of, anyway, you'll hear it, it's self-explanatory. Called Butterfly Vision. Butterfly vision, down the same old lane I wander. I don't know where I am really going. Same as yesterday, I guess. The same masked bandits flowing up as I flow down through the concrete town. Then a vision of beauty I see, a butterfly cream with black spots. It flutters up and down for a while. Butterfly vision, beauty out there, sadness in here. The only one I've seen all year in this concrete town. Watching Her Majesty with a knowing look, it's God's child, now lifts my heart up. I watch her for a while in wonder. Then it's time to enter the concrete town, but humming happy, humming happy. Okay. This one's called Suitable Madness. This is about people, I think. Yeah, it's about people. I write a lot about people, or how I see them, or how I feel. I try to understand them, understand what I don't really understand, although there's certain patterns of which people portray on a regular basis, and so you have their impression of them. Suitable madness. The people shuffle along the avenues. Seems like they are waiting for the kingdom to come. Their eyes exude anguish. One can taste the fear just below the surface. Screaming out silently. The worst I can do is judge their suitable madness. And the best is to feel with them as the sun sets. This is the last one. I'm going to do a song later as well. This is called a story. I don't know. I don't want to read that one. Yeah, read another one. A being of no importance. Walking on a cloud, and now a flight to the sun. With no wings, it seems. Seeing a world that's reeling and spinning, that the others seem blind to, and to love all that I do not have nor own, but kiss it as I fly higher and higher into the vast nothing. A dance in space without a race, because I am already here, everywhere, with no more there. I can be anything simply because I am nothing, nor wish to be ever again, and live now forever in the nurturing sunrise of the spirit born. Okay, thank you. Okay, so it's Claire Hadfield there? Okay, I can't see her, so it's sort of.
No, I'm gonna call her in.
Okay,
by
all right.
calling her.
Okay, right. I didn't.
Mhm.
I thought we already had everybody on last time. We always have people.
Yeah,
on.
but she doesn't. It just doesn't show.
Okay.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know where the video has gone, but so I'll just speak. Okay. I've got 2 poems for you this evening.
Great.
Both I wrote for my children. The first poem I wrote a long time ago for my son, and the second one I wrote about a week ago. So the first one is called Do You Remember Grandad? Hello, Grandad, said the boy. How are you today? I'm fine, my grandson. I'm fine. Grandad, talk to me of things before, tales of old, knights bold, castles full of gallant men, fine ladies, beautiful dresses, daring deeds, maidens rescued, dragons slayed, battles fought to win the day. You remember, don't you, stories from the old times, when men were brave and arrows true, swords were sharp and words were few. Things were black and white then, no place for the grey. What happened to all these ideals? When did they go away? When did men change? Where did the strong men go? Did they disappear when the last dragon died because they no longer had a foe? Grandad, you remember the tales, the ones you told me before. I like the one about the maiden, you know, locked in her castle. She's waiting for the daring knight who slays the dragons and climbs the walls to rescue her from her plight. Grandad, are you sleeping? Your eyes are closed. I know how you like to pretend and then you really doze. Just one more story and then I'll go to sleep. Please, I promise silence then I'll keep. Okay, my fine grandson, one more tale will I tell about a brave knight who rescued yon fair maiden. It was on a dark night in a time long ago by the shadow of the oak tree. Are you listening? No, I thought not. For you, my fine child, I can sleep. You were sleeping soundly, innocently, full of dreams. Your head is full of stories of dragons and knights of old, beautiful maidens, brave deeds, castles of long ago. Sleep well, my child, for tomorrow I will have new tales to unfold. Thank you. And the second one is a peculiar one. I was thinking about my children at the time, my children in the Middle East, and it was just something that I wrote for them to try and connect us together a little bit. And it's called The Kiss. The kiss, it's catching a bit like the flu. The father kissed the mother, she passed it to you. You stored it in your heart and never let it go. You found someone to love, and the kiss was on the go. The kiss travelled far and wide, shared by many at your side. Oceans crossed, places to see, babies to dangle on your knee. All shared the kiss that passed from me to you. Others came and went, the kiss remained true, travelling on its journey from me to you. The kiss travelled to countries new, lovers stopped and enjoyed the view. The kiss was strong and had endured much. Heartbreak, grief and a lover's touch. It travels today as it's always done, spreading love to everyone. No one can hold it in place. I recognise the kiss on a child's face. Is it the same kiss that started off with you? Or is it another when a lover kissed you true? I know one thing of which I'm certain. The kiss never has a closing curtain. So if you catch it, pass it on. The kiss's work is never done.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any more, Claire, or is that it?
That's it.
Okay, great. I think we'll pass you over to Norman now for the next piece of music he's got lined up for us.
Yes, and this is from
You want to get
early on
I
today.
want to get out the way.
Like that. That one. And I can do this as well.
Yes.
I can turn
Yes.
this onto me and for better vision.
You see what I mean about
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
Rather than the
Yes.
you're the one that's
So this is something I'd like to share from today, and the interesting thing is this. Yeah, thank you, Paolo. That's great. So the interesting point is the third Saturday of the month is also a particular day for me because I go live and I do a meditation using the djembe. So many djembe om as a sign for meditation. And today's pattern is pretty particularly interesting. It's a little bit of mathematics. So everybody has 10 fingers, but if you split them like this, 2, 2, 2, and then a set of 4, in music, let me see, 2, 2, 2, and then a set of 4. It's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is the pattern that came out today. And what happened today, Paul, you'd be surprised.
I'll be surprised. Go on.
What happened today was this flow of energy got me talking about stuff that I completely didn't plan. So the idea of Djembe Om is always to get people into a meditative state. If they want to participate, they can. If they want to just watch, they can. It's like half an hour a month where people can like really relax, come into center. And it happened to me just by telling people what to do. I actually ended up calming down. But with regards to the rhythm, the interesting part of the rhythm, which I do highlight on the event itself, so like Djembe Om, people can check that. But what happened is with this tent split in this way, it got me talking about the French names of rhythms. So when you teach notes, you can teach them in French way. So there's ta, and ta, and four, and whatever. Then there's titti, and there's tiri tiri, and this is a rhythm that goes, as I said, 2, 2, 2, and 4. Titti, 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 tiri tiri, titti, 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 tiri tiri. Using bass and high notes on the djembe, then you can combine. And on the last part, all the time, I was getting like more complex using the different parts. So that is actually what happened during the event. And I was completely unprepared, but it happened because within a few seconds, I went into a meditative state. So here is like a big shout out for the benefits of meditation. happened now, and I just switch off. Once you get tum 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 chaka taka, and you get that going.
Just an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could see you drumming the actual drum, because you can't see you. You can just see.
Okay.
I could even move the.
We can do that. Yeah, yes. We can do that. Let's go for it.
Do you know what little something you know what to do?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was good. Thank you. So that's the other musical contribution, and later on I'll come in with some poetry. So maybe we can do some more wordsy stuff, and then go to Lexi maybe.
Let's see.
Somebody with words. We have who else needs to participate?
Susan. Yeah.
Here we are. Yes, good. So we do that. You're back on scene, Paolo. You can be seen.
Right.
Here we are. Good.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we certainly can.
Okay. So I have two. One is a poem, a proper poem, and it's called "On Pruning." And this week I spent some time outside and in the garden, and so it put me in mind of that. And but the other one is a political lyrics, a song by Eric Clapton. And so I sent the link to you. We can end with that one. So what I will do is before you play the song, I'll read out the lyrics. But first I'll do the proper poem. Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is called On Pruning by Alison Funk, and it appeared in the fall of 1999 in the Paris Review. Cut it way back. Do not be afraid to pinch the first, the only blossom. The berry cannot thrive in freedom. Have no mercy, gardener. Train the tree to a leader crowned by the uppermost bud. Make 10 o'clock your angle for the outstretched limbs of the apple. Prune when the knife is sharp, taking care that the scar be neat. To share the surgeon's belief in healing, you must trust that what has been taken from you is a blessing. Trust by April, the cherry and the pear will fill in, stitching the dreamiest lace. Punto in ario. Think of it as a veil if you must. And the rose, this is a special case. When winter's close, cut back the tallest stems, then with soil topped with straw or leaves, bury the plant, make the mound as high as you can, as if the grave were your own impermanent home, as if you believed anything could bloom again. Makes me cry. I love the ending, really beautiful. So the next one, I don't know if you saw in the news that Eric Clapton took the V, and he had a terrible response to it. Woke him up. He had both shots. I think it was Moderna. No, I think it was Pfizer. And anyhow, he thought he would never be able to play music again. It really terrified him, and he just barely came through that. So anyhow, he had written this song. I don't think particularly for this event, but it was added in the article, in the write-up, because it seems to kind of boil down to that choice between freedom and slavery that we are all facing. And the name of the song is Stand and Deliver by Eric Clapton. So I'll just read out, I'll read it out first, and then Norman, if you could play the song, that would be great. Stand and deliver. You let them put the fear on you. Stand and deliver. But not a word you heard was true. But if there's nothing you can say, there may be nothing you can do. Do you want to be a free man, or do you want to be a slave? Do you want to be a free man, or do you want to be a slave? Do you want to wear these chains until you're lying in the grave? I don't want to be a pauper, and I don't want to be a prince. I don't want to be a pauper, and I don't want to be a prince. I just want to do my job playing the blues for my friends. Magna Carta, Bill of Rights, the Constitution, what's it worth? You know they're going to grind us down until it really hurts. Is this a sovereign nation or just a police state? You better look out, people, before it gets too late.
Wow.
Thank you, very good.
Mela, now let's do share screen, and we go for this one.
We're playing.
Yeah, actually this one here. So there we go.
I got that yesterday.
Stand and deliver. You let them put the fear on you. Stand and deliver. Not a word you heard was true. And if there's nothing you can say, it may be nothing you can do. Do you want to be a free man? Or do you want to be a slave? Do you want to be a free man? Or do you want to be a slave? Do you want to wear these chains until you're lying in the grave? I don't want to be a pauper, and I don't want to be a prince. I don't want to be a pauper, and I don't want to be a prince. I just want to do my job, playing the blues for my friend. Magna Carta, Bill of Rights, the Constitution, what's it worth? You know they're gonna grind us down until it really hurts. Is this a sovereign nation or just a police state? You better look out, people, before it gets too late. Do you wanna be your own driver or keep on flogging a dead horse? Do you wanna be your own driver or keep on flogging a dead horse? Do you want to make it better, or do you want to make it worse? Stand and deliver. You let them put the fear on you. So down the river, but not a word of it was true. If there's nothing you can say, there may be nothing you can do. Stand and deliver. Stand and deliver. Teacher, war master.
Yay.
That was good.
Yeah,
I've got excellent lyrics and good music as well.
yeah,
You know, it's just that, I mean, it's such a nice song. I mean, it's a pity in some ways about the lyrics have to be, you know, they are. But
it's political, a political
oh,
poem.
absolutely. And I think it's great that Eric Clapton has done that as well.
Yeah,
Seriously.
we need more public voices coming out. Yeah,
You know, they only come out when they want to just look good in front of people, you know, at a charity thing or something, you know. And there's few will stick their neck out like he's done. He must
Yeah.
feel very strong about it, you know. But I wish more
Yeah.
people would. Maybe they encourage them, you know.
They've got lots on them, haven't they?
Yeah.
They've probably got a lot on them.
Okay, so we're gonna have Lexi on next. Actually, Lexi, she's doing a little dance. And you can go on now.
Yep, and then I have my last thingy, my share screen. I'm gonna go back to this one. Yeah, all right, good. So what I need to do is go here. No, this one down here, Mela. That's the one. This is Lexi for us. Let's do full screen on that. Enjoy Lexi from Gozo. Here we are. Bam.
Just get everything inside your mind. That's where you want to be, deep inside. That's where you want to be. Just come with me, and I'll take you out to the sky. So where you go, I don't know anything around. See, just let me grow, and I'll just get bigger and my life go anywhere I go. That is where I go when I may know there is nothing I see. Or than the stars where you know. Every time I know makes me grow. That's where I know this is where I can be, and that's where I wanna be. Just trust me. Don't know everything I know. Say no. Make you wanna cry. That's why I so love. That's where I miss you so much. Ooh, so much. Ooh. There's a lot of things that I don't know everything where I'm going. That's where I know this where to look in America. Oh wow, ooh wow. That's where you run to me. That's where you and me. It's America. It's America. That's where you wanna see. And just trust me. I'll just make everything away from me.
She got such a
That's
low
where you wanna be with me. I'll just make you see where I'm gonna go. It's America.
Hey! It was Lexi. Fantastic. She does it specially for the show, and that was really great. I'm just going to just
Whose
say,
song was that?
it might have been her own. She's got a
Oh,
lot of her own.
okay. I thought I heard a little Beyonce in there. What?
Maybe it was. I don't know. I don't know who this guy Beyonce is. I'm sure he's a great pop musician, you know. Yeah. We actually haven't got I haven't put the videos on from the previous several Malta Poet Society. I'll be putting them up. So she's on all of them. So but you know, I'm just saying I need to put them up so that they're available so people can look at them. Okay, so next we got Uncle Norman. And what are you going to give us now, Norman, please?
Now some poetry and a little bit of a reflection on why I chose what I am going to read is, of course, again, the memory. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
So we put the people to the side and me like this is nicely balanced. Yeah, and maybe even a bit like that. No, like that. Yeah, the reflection is also Elisabeth in a way because when you lose somebody, you tend to think of values and things that happen, and you go into self-reflection. So I chose two poems here. One is about service, and the other one is about love. And I'll just read them through. They're very short, so maximum attention. And here we go. Opportunity to serve. There it lay, standing and silent, together with 4 others, by the side of the garden wall. Stacked, stood, static, motionless, full of uselessness despite its potential. Totally unnoticed, or so it thought. Until that day at the end of May, oh, this is fitting, May. Until that day at the end of May, when a white butterfly fluttered by and a guy dressed in cream wandered as he pondered questions of deep existence. A guy of service he's becoming. So that's what is required. And it fit in just right. Made of wood and iron, it's full of might. So when slid down, it's of the perfect height. And the guy in cream sits down on it, and it serves its purpose. This chair by the garden wall. That's the first poem. Second poem is about this. I'm gonna show it, bring it close up. Yeah, it's about this. You see the leaf there? And that's the best way to place it. Good. So the poem is called Transitions of Love. First time I saw the light of day, I was part of a tree. How wonderful, what a manifestation of love. Life is very surprising and loving. One fine day at the end of May, a lovely lady from lands far away gently chose me and picked me up. My purpose seems to have expanded. Soon enough, I find myself in the delicate hands of a seeker on the road to becoming a finder, to share with him the love that I am. 28 May 2010 at 20:05 in the evening, just somewhere around this time. So that's my second poem. Thank you so much for listening. My interventions are done. Paolo. Back in screen, please.
Hi, folks. Got a song here. It's not an uplifting song, I've got to say. but I feel I can mumble it along better than anything else I've got at the moment. And it's don't know. It's a mixture. It's a bit sort of like a bit hallucinogenic. You know what I mean.
Hallucinogenic.
Thank you very much. I think I'm on the hallucinogenics. So I couldn't say the word hallucinogenics. It's about getting old, and it's about being on your own, and it's about leaving this world. So as I say, it's not, but I kind of like it. I like it. That's all I can say. I hope you get something from it. Just give me a moment. I've got to channel, because this is a Jim Morrison song, by the way. Just give credit where credit is certainly due. Someday soon, familiar freaks will fill your living room. Rugs lash out the lizard tongues. You're not getting young. You're not getting young. But you're going to die. And you're gonna be needing all of your eyes. You'll be alone when the animals cry, all by yourself in some infancy's lie. Someday soon, television bleeding like a harvest moon. Flush the scissors down the hole. You're getting old. You're getting old. And I hate to remind you, but you're going to die. And you're going to be needing all of your lies. You'll be alone when the animals cry, all by yourself in some infancy's lie. Someday soon, someday soon, someday soon, someday soon. Thank you. Okay, let's get back
to cleanery.
So,
Mela, let me do like this.
I don't know how you felt, but for me, tonight went very well. I actually think the less people we have, the better. I'm thinking of cutting it down month by month, so we have an empty room. It'll be an hour and a quarter of nothing. I really I'm serious about this. I think the more people, the worse it gets. So less is best. And nothing is got to be the best of the lot. That's the best performance. And no performance. This is so Dow. You know what I mean?
It's also John Cage. So Johnny Cage. Not Cash. John Cage.
Okay, I won't argue because I don't know who he is. Anyway.
So like a poetry lockdown or something.
Yeah, could be.
Right.
Yeah, maybe we could be the poetry police. That's a good idea. We can go around and hit people and tie them up that sing poems and preach in the streets and that, like they're doing with people who actually preach the gospel, being arrested in England. I mean, that's really good, isn't it? That's how bad it is. You can't even actually
Yes.
talk about Christ. There's certainly something going around
When?
to really cause a fraction. Sorry,
Fragment.
Fracture.
which what is it?
Fracture.
Fraction,
Fracture.
fragmentation.
I think.
That's it, to the culture, to the traditions of
Yes.
countries, and that's one show of it. Because I can't see what's the problem with a guy
The
reading from the
the
Bible.
thing is, the minute we all pray to
Yeah.
God together,
Yeah,
whether we mean it or not,
yeah.
but we cry out to God, that's when it'll get sorted.
Thank you for that, Claire.
Mm.
We'll bear that
I
in mind.
mean that,
No,
Yes.
because
I'm taking you very seriously. It's I think maybe we should do that. I think the sincerity is very important. I've actually, when I've asked for help, I realized my lack of sincerity, if anything. And
I had my prayer answered from God when I was years ago now. I didn't believe in God, and I said, "Oh God, please put my baby on hold for 2 or 3 years," and He did. 2 years to the day after I had an abortion, God gave me my baby back. 2 years to the day, and gave my baby back to me in the same way it had been taken, because a surgeon brought my dead baby back to life and put it in my arms. And when I called out to God, I didn't believe in God. I was being facetious. But God answered my prayers. That's why it says, don't take the name of God in vain,
True.
because God hears everything, whether you believe in Him or not. And I'm convinced that if we prayed, if we all stood and prayed together, whether we believed in God or not, this would get sorted out. That's why they're stopping churches. That's why one of the reasons they don't want people to be together in the face of God, in the Christ, because this whole thing, the vaccine's the bloody spirit. They're injecting the spirit into people. That's their savior.
I had an interesting thing. You're talking about a literal answer to prayer. Weeks ago, I went to my doctor, my surgeon who did my shoulder, and you know, we was talking about things, and he was trying to convince me that it was my civic duty or whatever to take the V. And he said, I haven't read, you know, anything about it, but it's our civic duty. That didn't convince me. And then he said, which wasn't a medical response to my questions, he said, well, you want to travel, don't you? But it hit me in the heart, because I haven't seen my daughter in a year and a half and my grandchildren. And so I went outside, and I was very sad, and I was waiting for my ride to pick me up. And I just cried out to God, and I said, God, show me a sign. I need a clear sign now. I need a sign. And as we were driving in the car, 2 minutes down the road, I happened to glance out the passenger side window, and on the sidewalk, there were 3 signs. 2 of them were just some, I don't know what they were selling. One was just a blue sign, low to the ground on the sidewalk, that said, "This too shall pass." And I said, there's my sign. It's a literal sign on the side of the road that said, "This too shall pass." And I said, okay, I'm grabbing it. That's my sign. You answered the prayer literally within just a couple of minutes. It was amazing.
It's good enough. It's good enough. More than good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have to focus in this way, you know. I think I do personally. I mean, I always think like what other people should do, but like, you know, it's like what I do is important. That, you know, you can always be looking at what people should be doing, but what are you doing, you know, as a person? I'm saying me here in this case. And yeah, I think so. I think I have to try and make some more space or something moving in that direction. Yeah. I'd like to thank everyone anyway for tonight's
Thank you.
session. I'd like to thank you all and putting up with the difficulties we've had. You know what it's like, as I say, feel apologetic because I like things just to run straight through, and it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. But I'd like to thank you for the contributions and the fact that we have a nice little group, which we're all singing from the same page, which is really good. You know.
Can you help me? Because I want to have a picture of Elisabeth in my mind. Is she the lady who used to sit in her, I think there was like a kitchen or something right behind her? Okay. Now, because that's the picture I have in my mind. Okay. Because I want to visualize her.
I can't put a picture of her.
Right now, it's not easy because I need to access some, maybe another time.
No, but I remember her clearly, yes.
Okay.
So thank you, yes.
Yes, Claire?
Claire.
Okay, just something very, very small. We've just talked about prayer. And as you know, I work with angels, and I've just been literally pushed to pick up this prayer. And with your indulgence, I'll read it for everyone, please. Archangel Michael, under your wings I stand, protected by God's first hand. From every direction, shield me. In your light and love, please seal me. Amen.
Thank you.
Lovely, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
Right, when's the date? When's the next date?
Know it. Yes, I know it because my sister is coming from
lucky you, lucky you.
Yeah.
Should be good.
9, actually know the next.
You can
2
come and
days.
stop with me if you like.
Yeah, I actually know the dates of the 2 next ones because my sister and family are coming from New York over to Malta on the 3rd Saturday of June.
You can come and stay in my place again for that one too. He loves his sisters, honestly, really does.
And they're leaving on the 3rd Saturday of July.
Then you can go back yeah.
3rd Saturday in June is the 19th.
19th. You got that? 19th of June, next session. And that's all I can say is just thanks. There's nothing more to say.
Thank you.
You've said it all. Great to be together. I really love sharing this with you and all of us together, all working in our own way. Thank you very much.
You just want to say like to come before or something?
Huh?
Try to come before on?
Oh yes. If we can sort of try and get fixed up for 7:15, because then it's going to save us sort of, you know, having problems. If we have problems, then we're going to be maybe ready for 7:30ish rather than getting on for 8 o'clock, which is what it's been like tonight, you know, one reason or another. So there's always a different reason, and the sound isn't right, etc., etc. So if we can sort of log on, get ready around about 7:15, come on then, that would make it better, I think, from that point of view. So then we don't go on late as well. Because I think these things shouldn't go on too long, because they can become a bit, you know, you think, okay, I've enjoyed it, but now it's going on too long. That's why I try and keep it an hour and a quarter, then finish for everybody. And it's not too late. Okay?
Thank you, everybody. Can I just ask?
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Is it okay if I ask for everyone to wave and we take a snapshot of the 4? This is a nice picture here as I'm seeing it on my gallery view, if it's okay with you. But Claire Wiggins, we need more headroom. Your head is being chopped off until here. Ah, nice, much better.
Now we got a great view of the wall. Claire, can you get more?
Like that.
Ah,
that is,
now that's great.
So if everybody can wave except me, because I need to use both hands. Okay, let's wave. Wave, wave, wave. Paula as well. There you go. Chickaboo. Okay, I took a screenshot.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
God
you.
bless. Peace and love. Peace and love, everybody.
There you go.
Bye.
There you go.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye-bye now.
Thank you. Thank you.